What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, world? I'm Compression. Welcome to the Monday Jump Off number 74. And this is part 6 of the 26 things you can control. We'll be ending it with this one. So we're really going to go in. 6 represents, perfection, completion, also represents the planet Venus and being trustworthy and dependable. So we're gonna jump in because we're gonna finish strong. We'll fit real strong here. Okay. Next one is how you appreciate the things you have. Now this might seem like a no-brainer, right? But not enough people really practice the attitude of gratitude. And being grateful for your friends, being grateful for your ability to change your course and learn new things, being grateful for having your limbs, your senses, your sense of smell, taste, hearing, all that stuff that we take for granted. Stop taking that stuff for granted because life moves fast and things can change in a blink of an eye. So be grateful and really appreciate the things that you have. Not necessarily the things that you own, right? You have big screen TVs, this, that, but your your crew, your clan, your community, the things that you're creating for the next generation. That's really awesome. Appreciate those things. Be grateful for those things. Be thankful for those things. The next is how you try again after failure. You know, if I push you, I offended you. But if you sit there on the ground and I come back a week later and you still on the ground, you have officially offended yourself. So, in other words, things will happen to you. People will do things, but you cannot stay in victim consciousness. You have to want to rise up, want to do better, and you might have to maneuver through things and take your time and be patient, but you better believe it. If you stay true to your disciplines, things will definitely get better. So always look to pick yourself up. And as you pick yourself up, make sure to dust yourself off and to make sure to clean your energy, sage your energy, and keep pushing forward the best way you know how. You might have to fast a little bit. We should be doing seasonal fast anyway, but you may have to do like a good cleanse and just flush a lot of things out of your system that's keeping you stuck, right? Like I said, remember, if I pushed you, I've offended you, right? I've done an offense to you. But if you stay on the ground, weeks later, 2 weeks later, a month later, then you have brought offense to yourself. So raise up and be your best self. How you respond to failures is really how you're going to respond to your joys. You know, um, is something going to keep you in a particular state of mind, state of grace, or something's going to elevate you to where you need to be? It's really something to examine, and I hope that you really look at your life as just, we live, but technically this is all school for our soul. So keep rising up, keep putting your best foot forward, and master your failures. Don't let them master you. All right. Who your friends, associates, and peers are. This is very important. We are a product of who we hang around, who we speak to. It's very few people I speak to on a daily. Certain people I wish I could speak to more. Certain people I genuinely miss. Like my homegirl out in the Midwest, and like my homeboy down south, and just sometimes time get away. That's not what I'm saying, but I am very happy to say and admit everybody I know is so productive, so dope. Whether they're dope music artists, whether they're dope artists, whether they're able to construct tables out of wood, able just, they're doctors, they're lawyers, they're accountants, they're investors. I can honestly say it's humbling. It's really humbling to know like engineers and just really dope human being, dope fathers, dope mothers, dope husbands, dope wives. Like, and I'm really blessed, and I wish this for you as well, to be able to get dope people like that in your cipher from all over. Whether they short, fat, big, skinny. You want people from all over that's going to be really, really dope, and just keep building upon that. Watch who you eat with, watch who you talk to, and watch who you hang with. Don't pose in pictures with everybody, because everybody ain't worth your energy like that. Those are just some things how you can monitor who your peers or associates and your friends that become your brothers, right? So, yeah, that's really cool. Watch who you travel with, watch who you ride in the car with. These are things that you can control with that. All right, next is who you have sex with, right? Now, this might be a no brainer. Who you gonna have sex with? And the truth of the matter is, we really have to start planning, who bears our kids, whether you're in a relationship or you floating around, who you lay with. If they remove the skin off their body and you can see their soul, you might be laying next to a demonic person. You know what I mean? So be very careful about who you have sex with. And remember, all sexual energy can lead into like your depression or your elevation. So people are either dropping baggages on you or they're elevating you up. Because sex is a superpower. So whoever you're laying with, they're either adding to your power or they're diminishing your power. And that's something that you got to research for yourself. Like you have been in a relationship with a person and you just feel drained, zapped, sapped of all your energy every time you with them, and they feel elevated, they're smarter, faster. It could be like some real energy vampirism happening. So I would just say really monitor who you laying with and really watch who you have your children by, because that can just be long time stressing. You don't want long time stressing when you have other life forms that you're supposed to guide and see navigate through the world, and that you're supposed to love and take care of, and give them the balance of masculine and the feminine energy, and the drive of the masculine or the nurturing of the feminine. And I just think like, yeah, that's key. That's very key, especially in the urban community. Watch who you are sleeping with. That might have been the number one thing I should have mentioned, but it's on the list, and that's something you can control. Next is how you face reality. I always believe you should never lose the kid of yourself, your divine child, the curious child of you. But you still have to taper it around adulthood, manhood, or womanhood. Can't let the child run wild. Um, and I say that meaning like you use the imagination of the mind to bring thoughtful things and your gifts to reality, right? But you still have to face reality. Saying, oh, everything's going to be all right, or this isn't happening, and it's happening. It's happening. We're dealing with inflation. The highs it's been in like 40 years. Gas prices is through the roof. Um, we got people shooting up schools and grocery stores and just a whole bunch of wild shit. And guess what? Still a learning lesson. But let's not act like you're going to just breathe that chaos out of existence. Your breath is what's going to keep your stress levels low. It doesn't mean things are happening, but like we say, we can control through our breath and through the way we think about things our stress levels to get through and to get an understanding of actually what's happening, right? During a decay period, the man with one eye, man or woman one eye is king or queen. So definitely look at reality for what it is, but also form your world around the reality of where you need it to be. But be able to call a spade a spade. Don't look at an object and be like, that's a triangle and we can all see it's a square. Don't play with reality like that, because you're going to be unprepared and blindsided by a lot of things by playing with reality. Okay, 2 more to go. How you love yourself. This is so key. All that shit like, oh, I'm on vacation and travel and blah, blah, blah. When I get blah, blah, blah. That shit never happened. Most people who think like that, they die literally a year, 2 years, 3 years after they retire and never even got to see the Eiffel Towers. You know what I mean? Don't be that person. Make time to take care of yourself. Make time to sit alone in your own quiet. Make time sometimes just to sleep in on a weekend. Even if you got kids, let them calm down and let them understand like you need to regenerate yourself so you can be better for them. Take your time. That's part of your self-love. Self-love is getting up at a particular time, whether your structure is, meditation, prayer, and stretching, and a jog, and reading a book. That's all part of loving yourself, the time that you take for yourself. So don't be one of these people whereas the day takes you. You have to start taking the day, even if it is getting up an hour early, 45 minutes early, 30 minutes early, just to start your day. Make sure you're making time for you. That way, your mind, body, and spirit is able to move through either the good or the confusing parts of life, right? And now, last but not least, is how you love others. Yeah, how you treat people is going to be, in the long run, how you get treated. I'm the kind of person I think other people should be. When I see a kid selling anything, cookies or whatever, I might not eat it, but whatever I got in my pocket, I give it $5, $10, $20. Just keep it, kid. Always just trying to give something back to a young entrepreneur. Because I think like really like that, when I see the youth just going out and getting it like that, it inspires me. I don't care if they 5 or 15. I always give them the support. And in turn, I've always gotten support from complete strangers. People have always looked out for me. It's just always been a beautiful cycle. And that's a blessing. So how you treat others, how you treat that waitress matters. How you treat that kid, whenever you're an adult and you're around children, right? The saying is, you're their father, you're their mother, you're their uncle, you're their aunt. So whatever you want for your own child is the same thing you should want from that child. You understand what I'm saying? So I know everybody listening to me as a righteous mind, so I don't have to talk about an irregular, aesthetic mind. I'm talking about a righteous mind. So whatever success you want for your own child, it should be the success you want for every child that you're around. And so dropping jewels and giving knowledge and helping them to think and learn and navigate is going to be so key. Same thing when you're dealing with the older people and you're learning from them and you're asking them a question and you're able to dialogue and get more insight. Just treat people like regular good human beings. And that is really going to get you far in life. How you treat other people, because you're going to meet everybody on your climb up and on your descent down and on your hang in the middle and on your rise back up. You meet everybody. And yeah, some people at the end of the day, y'all were like oil and water can't mix. You gotta say fuck them, keep it moving. But you shouldn't say that unless you really mean it. A lot of times people are just saying things and they don't really mean it. And I'm a big fan of not saying fuck them. Unless it's truly fuck them. Other than that, I think a lot of things can be solved with good conversations or like mediation of friends and just the building of a mind. And some breakups of friendships or even family ships can be as peaceful like that. But there's some people you gotta cut. But all in all, the way we treat others is the way eventually we will be treated. So, like I always say, God in me always see the God and Goddess in you. That's your divine factor, you know. And I wish everybody the best. And this has been part 6, number 74 of the morning of the Monday. Jump off with Compresh. And I'll see everybody next week. Peace. Remember, one life, one love. You're the king, you're the queen.